Okay.
Yeah, so I think that the government has pigeonholed, and that progressives have pigeonholed churches from and the right wing from the institutional power of utilizing churches for political activism, and
So
they've done that with
churches.
a massive bribe.
So the issue that you have isn't actually with tax exemption status. It actually has to do with the Johnson Amendment, which is the
Yeah, it's the
specific
fact.
amendment,
Yeah, the fact that they're
which is
barred
this.
from. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So you can totally have, and Wally pointed this out. You can totally have. They can keep the tax exempt status and also be able to do political campaigning for a specific candidate. But also with the Johnson Amendment, they can do specific topics. They just can't do specific candidates.
Yeah, I want them to do specific candidates too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
even then, you aren't actually arguing against the removal of 501c3 at this point. You're just arguing against the removal of the Johnson Amendment, and you're hold on, just fucking fireworks.
Yeah, but not really, because okay, so I can understand you parsing the argument this way. So you say there's two parts to it. We have the amendment, and then we have the exemption status. So why
Yeah.
couldn't we get rid of the amendment and keep the exemption status? Okay,
Yes.
that's fair, but I don't think that that's viable. Politically, I don't think that that's a viable course. I think that politically, you would have to give up that tax exempt status in order to be involved in politics. I think you
Well,
would need to do that.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, I don't really see how that's unviable. You'd have to actually make a case for that. Like things go from unviable to very viable very, very, very quickly. Just look at the flip flop on gay marriage in the U.S. You know as well as I do. Not a year before 2009, all the fucking Democrats were saying that they were against gay marriage, and then they flipped on it on like a dime. This could be a similar thing. There's no reason to think it is politically unviable.
There is, and that's because of the First Amendment. So I think that the source for the First Amendment is broadly interpreted as being a wall separation between church and state. It is broadly interpreted that way, even though that's not what it says. The Supreme Court has basically ruled time and time again that that's what it is, that there needs to be some kind of separation there. And I think that this would be ruled unconstitutional if you said that churches could keep the tax exempt status and be politically active. They would say that, wait, we don't do that with PACs. We don't do that with super PACs. Why would we ever let churches do it?
Okay. I can see what you're saying there. Excuse me. But the issue then, so okay, political viability due to Supreme
Oh my
Court
God,
cases.
this is so fucking boring, dude. I'm gonna fucking jump off my. I'm jumping. I'm on my fucking balcony. It's over. It's over, boys. I'm doing
Historic.
it.
Well, hold on. I'm not even fucking done yet. So we've seen recently a lot of overturns of well-established Supreme Court decisions. We've seen the repeal of Roe v. Wade that literally just happened. We've seen the change in the Chevron doctrine that literally just happened. These are obviously incredibly important Supreme Court decisions. There's no reason to think that, once again, there's no reason to think this is unviable.
Yeah, but those are okay. So these things were rulings from the bench, which are then ruled back the other way. They don't intersect with amendments. You know what I mean? They don't intersect with amendments. So if you look at gun control, that was a big L, right? The Supreme Court did rule against us kind of on gun control. They have said, no, sorry. You know, when we intersect with the right itself, there has to be limitations put on it. And this is a First Amendment. This would be a First Amendment ruling. So this would intersect with an amendment rather than a law based on an amendment. And it seems like the only things like Roe v. Wade, for instance, you know, that was basically Supreme Court activism. But what amendment did it intersect with?
Sorry, say that again.
What amendment did Roe v. Wade intersect with?
Roe v. Wade intersected with the 14th Amendment.
Yeah, nothing. It was literally, no, not really. This is such a broad interpretation of the 14th Amendment that it was judicial legislation. That's all it was. And so it's easier to roll those back than it is a direct intersect with. Like, oh, are we actually interpreting the First Amendment itself? And that's what I think you'd be running into here. You'd be running into this kind of wall argument of church and state. And I don't think progressives would give an inch. And I don't think conservatives really would give much towards that either. I think that they want that wall there too, the mainstream conservatives. So yeah,
Well,
I'm not seeing it, man.
We've seen a very radical shift in mainstream conservatives over the past few years.
Mainstream?
Yes, even mainstream conservatives. I've
Which
been
ones?
watching it live.
Which ones?
Well, I would consider the Daily Wire to be pretty mainstream conservative.
Oh, come on, dude. That's terminally online bullshit speak. I thought you would say Tucker Carlson, and I'd be like, all right, maybe you got a point there. But
Yeah,
not the
too.
Daily Wire. Not the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire is not fucking mainstream, dude. Come on.
The Daily Wire is incredibly... Look, okay, so when I talk to people who, in real life, who have never talked to politics before, and they talk about listening to fucking Ben Shapiro, and they talk about Jordan Peterson, who are from the Daily Wire, it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's mainstream at that point. Like you're talking as if there's a gap between the internet.
And what does the Daily Wire change its positions on? Which fucking beard spray that fucking what's his name needs to fucking put in? Like what?
Matt
What did they
Walsh.
change their positions on? Yeah, what did they change their positions on? They're still all pro. They're still all pro homo, and they're all anti-man. Every one of them.
Yeah, so I would certainly not consider Walsh pro homo or anti-man. I'll admit I don't listen to him that much, but when I do, he's never said anything like that at all.
Yeah, no. Have you heard him talk about marriage and marriage reform? And have you heard Andrew Clavin and his discussion with Pearl Davis? And have you heard Michael? Have you heard? Did you hear when Michael Knowles got on his knees and kissed the ass of Nala? I mean, what are you talking about here, man?
Yeah. So the point is specifically about religious views. So
yeah, okay, but the religious view is always to placate the woman. That's what the Daily Wire view is. That's what the mainstream conservative view is. Placate the woman. What does the woman want?
So I have not been seeing that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, when Michael Knowles was salivating all over reform prostitute and all that, you didn't see that, huh?
No, I didn't see that.
That just happened to pass by your vision, did it?
Yes, because I don't think it happened.
It did happen. He had her on his program for 2 hours and just kissed her ass up one side and down the other.
Okay.
Oh, you're so stunning and brave. Oh, I can't believe you finally stopped sucking 50 dicks a week. Wow, this is amazing. Well, I'm just flabbergasted by how awesome you are. Yeah, man. Pretty anti-man. And by the way, did you watch the Knowles versus Pearl Davis debate?
Yes.
Yeah, he was 100%. This is men's fault, right? Come on, he was.
It's been a while since that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Doing forced.
He was. I'm not seeing this big shift here, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Okay.